Hey everyone,
hello.
welcome back to the pod.
I was speaking. I'm speaking.
Yeah, I'm speaking like Kamala vibes.
Love.
But yeah, another gorgeous day in New York City where we are recording.
It's beautiful outside.
We've got our Waterford Crystal.
I don't know why we mention that every time like they paid us.
Well, you know.
If they want to, please. A Waterford Crystal sound bath.
I mean, that's the quality you get on this podcast.
Beautiful.
Yeah, you don't get that on fucking cancelled podcast or whatever it's called.
Love you.
Recorded here. Trying to see if it's on the wall. Yeah, suck on that, Nikki Glazer.
I think you've been... What did she do to you?
Nothing. We dress her sometimes.
She drank out of plastic.
Her roast, by the way, of Tom Brady is fucking hilarious.
Oh, I think it was fabulous.
She went in, and you could tell he was not finding it funny whatsoever. Like, she aggressively went in on him losing his family. And it was so funny.
She really goes off, doesn't she?
And no, the one that was funnier than the Tom Brady one was, did she do one of that Kevin guy?
Kevin who?
The guy who's always with The Rock.
Kevin Hart?
Hart. Yeah, Kevin Hart, that Kevin guy. I'm sorry, Kevin Hart does not cross over to the fashion or the gay world in the slightest. But yet she roasted Kevin Hart and it was hysterical.
Huh.
It was fucking jokes. But anyway, she's great. Love you, Nikki Glazer. We'd love you on the pod.
Love that. I've realised that you've been saying the name of your favourite chocolate wrong. It was identified to me.
Tony's Chocolonely.
It's not Tony's Chocolonely.
Chocolonely.
Isn't that weird?
I knew this.
Yeah, and I thought it was quite sad. I read it this morning on a bar.
That would be great. Yeah, Tony's Chocolonely is because it's like disrupting like the evil chain of chocolate farming.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on that serious topic.
Tony's Chocolonely, the one with like toffee or like butterscotch in or whatever
like
it is with
caramel.
salt.
Caramel.
It's fucking outrageous.
Caramel.
Caramel?
Caramel.
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 What topics do you have for us today, Nat? I don't have a single one written down.
Salmon. Salmon die in the exact same spot they were born.
That's quite romantic.
Isn't it?
Yeah, they're kind of like, I don't know, a famous love poet or something.
Yeah, I don't know if that's factually correct, but I read about it somewhere.
All I know about salmon is if you turn them upside down and rub their bellies, they fall asleep.
Really?
Isn't that sweet?
When they're out of the water?
No, like you grab them in the water and they're like flopping around. You turn them upside and rub their belly and they're just like, oh.
Maybe they like that.
Well, then they die, but...
What, from the belly rubbing?
I don't know.
How do you know
I haven't
this?
checked any of these facts.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, so they live and die in the same spot and they love a belly rub, but they die. So maybe that's where it happens. But yeah, salmon are great. They're really pretty and I eat them every day. Every day.
Do you remember we were dining with someone recently and they declared to us that they can only eat pretty fish?
Yeah, she was a bit of an icon. She was like, before I eat fish, I always Google the fish and I only eat the fish if it's beautiful. I only eat pretty fish. Like, it was so funny.
She then proceeded to get up photos of Google of the fish and actually look at photos.
I suggested monkfish and she's like, not a pretty fish. I wouldn't eat it.
So good.
But she's like, Google sea bream. It's beautiful. Or red snapper or something. Yeah,
she was red snapper.
She was an icon. Really appreciated her in general, actually.
Love that sort of energy.
Can't speak about many of the other things she brought up, but she was great. She was really, really great. But yeah, salmon, great topic. Would love to have a salmon expert. I feel like this podcast, me saying I would love to have people on this podcast. We need to get more people on.
Fine.
A salmon expert would be great.
Salmon expert.
Who could bring a salmon?
In the water?
I mean, if the budget provides, yeah. But even a dead salmon and we can just talk about it. I don't know.
A dead stinky salmon turning up here.
Descaling a salmon on the pod.
Descaling.
Everyone would listen.
I'm moving apartment and have learnt that my dog is scared of heights.
Yeah, so the people who own the apartment found out Nat was squatting in it, so he's had to leave. Which is really sad for Nat. So he's had to pack up his thing and get out.
Yeah, finally.
His one item.
Yes, yes. It's just.
But yeah, this is hilarious.
It's just a bronzer.
Speak on your dog's fear of heights. It's quite.
Yeah, it's sad. I feel bad for him. We went up to the apartment. It's the 47th floor. So high.
That is high.
Yeah, quite high. I didn't realize how high it was until I went up there. I was like, oof. I don't like elevators.
Also, fun fact for you, if there's a building fire, the fire brigade can only help up to floor 17.
Thanks for that. But I read my building is non-combustible.
But you are. Spontaneous combustion from alcohol consumption. Sorry, Karen.
All I've done today is drink tap water. No, never drink tap water.
Oh my God, that just said something I never thought I'd hear him say.
Oh my God, I'm going to go home.
Anyway, sorry,
but
back
I've drank
to the topic.
water.
Your dog's scared of heights.
Yeah, the dog is scared of heights, which is sad. So we took him up there into the unit to see it, and it was empty. And he was like in the hallway, and we were doing some other things. And then we were like, "Where's the dog?" We went back, and the dog is just sat there shaking in the hallway in like a pool of his own drool. And I'm like, this is weird. And then I go to pick him up, and he's like, his heart's going at 1,000,000 miles an hour. And he's like, he has vertigo. He can't be up there.
Also sounds like a heart attack.
Perhaps.
But
yeah, sad. So then we picked him up and put him at the window to look out.
And threw him out the window.
To get like used to it, like a shock therapy or whatever you call it.
I don't know if that's how you help phobias.
I think it is.
That's like being like so scared of spiders, so I locked him in a room full of spiders.
No, but we put him there,
that
and
helps.
we petted him, we comforted him, and
You
then he was
petted
fine.
him?
Yeah, I pet my dog. I pet my dog. I did. I really did. And
I did that.
Yeah, I did that one. And then, yeah, now he's better.
That's very sweet.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we should have Winston on the pod sometime.
I'd love to. He's on
He's
the
a great
table.
pup. We love him.
But he sheds, and I've realised it annoys me.
So I'm about to become a dog owner again.
You
I
are.
had a dog. She died a few years ago.
Do you want to talk about how you killed her?
Oh my God, brutal. Biggest tragedy of my life. I did not kill my dog.
Exactly.
Little
No, she was
bitch.
very
Keep my
sweet.
baby's name out your mouth.
She was so sweet.
She's very sweet. But I'm going to get a new dog. And I have to say, all the negative parts of a dog are setting into my psyche now of like dog hair on clothes.
Dog hair.
Having to like look after something.
Yeah. The lint rolling.
Like they need food
Yeah.
and they pee.
Yes.
And
They
they're
do.
there at times when I don't want them to be.
Yeah.
That's tough.
But the good times are good.
The good times are great. I'm a big, big dog person. I much prefer a dog than a person.
Yeah.
So
The good times are good.
exciting.
You're wearing a penguin shirt. Have you ever met a penguin?
From New York Aquarium.
Have you met a penguin?
Oh my God, I have not met a
You've
penguin.
never met a penguin. You appropriated their culture by wearing photos of them around before you even asked permission.
Oh my God, I can't believe I've never met a penguin. I love penguins, but have you seen the viral sensation that is Pesto?
The penguin?
Yeah.
No.
Some zoo somewhere in the world, there's like a famous penguin baby called Pesto.
That's a cute
But
name.
for some reason, the parents are like this big, and the baby that's still a baby is like this big. And so it's become like really iconic 'cause it's a
Aw.
big baby just sat there.
Wow.
Love Pesto. Oh my God, I just thought of something. Wait, one, first up, I feel like we should pull up a photo of Pesto on the screen during the pod. But also, I need to show an iconic photo as a follow up. Does everyone remember I spoke about a lovely barista of mine and my favorite interactions?
Christ.
And that I give her weird gifts. I
Yeah.
give her very, very weird gifts. Well, she showed me a photo of her with said gifts. Okay, first up, let's get Pesto. There's Pesto.
Whoa.
He's so sweet.
Why is he so furry?
Because he's a baby.
Is that what they look like as a baby and then they lose the
it
fur?
keeps them warm. It's
No
like,
fucking way.
oh, wow. But look how big he is compared to his parents.
50
It's very like you with your parents, towering over them in size and girth.
Thank you so much. Yes, and I was that furry too.
I mean, look how sweet he is.
He's darling. I'd
He's a
love to have a
chunky
pet
baby.
penguin.
I'd love to have a fat penguin on the pod. He's just, I love his profile.
Wow.
Look at him go.
Wow.
What zoo is he in? Sydney, I think. I can't remember. It's like him and Mu Deng are like just taking over the internet. But anyway, I need a camera to zoom in on something on my phone in a second.
You're asking a lot.
I know. I'm
You
really
really
pulling
are between the screens
so I'm
and
going
the...
to show this, and can you zoom in? Which camera? This one? Okay. This is my barista modeling the two gifts. Isn't that incredible?
It's
we
really,
love her.
really great.
And she proceeded to airdrop me this in the cafe and absolutely love it.
So those are gifts you got her for Christmas or her birthday. Her birthday,
Birthdays. I
yeah.
only do birthdays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After you forget them.
What's it?
What's her name again? Shame on you.
Miranda?
Madeline.
Madeline? You
Shame,
knew.
I did.
You piece of shit.
I did.
Tried to
I
trap
did.
me.
It might not even be
Oh,
Madeline.
it is Madeline, it is. And I
you
fucking said
sure?
Miranda, and now it's
Yeah.
a proof, and she's going to hear it, and she's going to shame me.
You suck.
Oh, well, I forget my best friend's birthdays.
You really
I
suck.
forgot my mum's birthday one time. I think I
That
spoke about
wasn't
that
great.
before. I want
Yeah.
to read some of your notes.
Why?
Women in Kentucky hiding in the bushes to talk about Cybertrucks.
Fuck's sake.
This is what's going on in Nat's brain.
Yeah, so we drove the Cybertruck through Tennessee and Kentucky. Ever told you about this?
Chateau Truck Dog.
Do you remember
Pick up yeah. Wait, sorry, we need to talk about that first.
You can recount that story better.
We booked an Uber to take us from Chateau Marmont to, I think, a hike.
A
And then
hike. It
also
was to a hike, yeah.
And because
God
we're
forbid we
so
walk-
fit and healthy,
God forbid
that
we
had to get
walk to
Uber
the
there.
hike.
And just this like truck from like the Appalachian Mountains just pulls up. Like it looks like it'd been like hauling like timber for years, just with two very bizarre looking people. And did they have a dog or a child or something?
There was like multiple people in the telemarketers phoning me. There's multiple people in the car, which is strange. It wasn't just one
Yeah,
Uber
multiple
driver.
people in the car. Like there's
So then when it pulls up to the hotel like staff obviously
and he
assume
looked
it's
terrified.
Like, terrified. And then we glanced at him and we were like, no, that's our Uber. And he was just shocked that we were getting into it. But yeah, no, they had like they were like Ecuadorian, I think. They looked like Eskimos driving the car. They did.
Why would an Ecuadorian look like an Eskimo, Nat?
They're not from there?
That's on the equator. In the middle of Latin America, in mountains. Tropical mountains.
They're not from there.
No.
My geography is so bad. Well, anyway,
Why
they
would
looked
they look
like
like Eskimos?
Ecuadorian Eskimos, and they were driving a pickup
So
truck
that doesn't exist?
around LA. They were. I saw them.
Around
They
LA.
were. I saw them with my own eyes. I did. That's what happened.
Moving on.
That's my truth.
swiftly.
That's my truth. That's my truth. My next topic was Kentucky women.
Oh yeah,
driving
let's cut to that.
Yeah, driving the Cybertruck through Kentucky and Tennessee was a wild experience because I think like people in the rest of the world have seen that vehicle online, whereas these people have never seen that vehicle online. It's their first time encountering it.
Never mind driven
is
by
seeing
like
it
gay
in the road.
aliens.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's just like in the road there. So they assume it's like a military device that's pulling up everywhere you go. So we went to like a local restaurant on like a main street, park the car, come back out. And then we go to get in the car and there's rustling in the bushes. And a series of women in their like 70s from the local village were hiding out in the bushes and just went, "What is it?" And we were like, "Oh, it's a car." And then actually they were really like progressive and modern in their viewpoint. They just didn't think they'd live that long to see something like that beyond the earth, which I thought was interesting. They weren't scared of it.
You know what's funny
They
though?
were welcoming
is
the weird
Tesla
alien.
fooled everyone into thinking this car is like a technological advancement.
It
It's
can't
a
even
car
park.
with a different shaped chassis on it.
Yeah, because cars are ugly. They're also
Cars are fucking ugly,
I look
I
at cars
agree.
in the street and I'm like, God, they're ugly.
Yeah, cars are gross. I also just hate cars in general. I don't care about them whatsoever.
At all. Nothing about a car is interesting.
Except if I had a car, I'd want the one that Kennedy was shot in. I love that car. But
What's
in
that?
black. It's like a Lincoln Continental or like something. It's like long. It's a long boy.
Is that what the Eskimos were trying?
Yeah, I'd love that, but in black.
That's chic.
That's the car I'd want.
I'd
drive around that. Oh, that's actually not really the car I was thinking about. I don't know. Maybe
That's not chic.
Yeah, with the flags, with the flags.
Yeah, that is chic.
100%. Love that. I wonder where the specific car that he got assassinated in is.
Probably in like the National Library or something. Or the
It's
National
a bit
Archive.
of a macabre like item to keep on display.
No.
It's in a museum, isn't it? Yeah, wow. Little bit
Okay.
dark.
Michigan.
Bit weird to have like a car that sounds like brains were splattered on. Sorry if that's too intense, but it's a bit intense. I'm trying to think of other things I've done. Oh my God, I need to talk about something actually. I've had deep excitement to see Francis Ford Coppola's new film, Megalopolis, which is now being referred to as the public as Megaflopolis.
Okay.
Because it's apparently one of the worst films ever created in all time.
Did it only get like box office of like 7 mil or something?
Something
This is what I read.
horrendous. And I've been so excited to see it. He put in something like $120 million of his own money to fund it. It's got like every incredible actor you could imagine. But I just think it's so funny. Like, one, that it's gone so badly and I can't wait to go see it. But also I love when people like parody names to have flop in them. Like Megaflopolis. It was made for the title. It's incredible. It's like when people are calling art pop art flop. It's just so perfect.
Yeah.
That's the end of my topic.
That's nice.
It's really amazing.
That
But
is
yeah,
cute.
if anyone's seen Megalopolis or Megaflopolis, please comment because I really want to know about it. I want to go see it. I'm excited.
I started to watch a fashion show, like
Oh,
documentary.
no, you're not.
It's PTSD.
I thought you were watching The Industry.
What? Industry?
There's that
Industry,
new,
the TV show.
that new one.
It's not new.
Oh, no, I'm talking about, have you seen there's a new TV show that someone's put loads of money behind and it's meant to be like Succession, but like fashion designers, and it makes
Fuck off.
it looks so uncool. You know what I find tough?
There's nothing
when
about
there's
it.
a TV show that's meant to be about high fashion, and they didn't hire anyone from high fashion to make it look high fashion. Like you see that, yeah, look, that's what it's called, La Maison or something. It looks terrible. The fashions look terrible in it. It's not that. That was a show about Christian Dior. Oh, you know what? We do need some commotion in the room for. Nat's new glasses. Doesn't Nat
Yeah.
look great with his new glasses?
Thank you so much. I made them myself.
Oh my God, wait, I know how to find this TV show's name. We may have to, Diet Prada posted about it. It's called La Maison, yeah. It was the TV show La Maison. Okay, anyway, I think it's really embarrassing when TV shows try to have fashion stuff and like they pretend like it's a high fashion vibe, but then the fashions are embarrassing. Like, look, the brand's meant to be, it's basically meant to be like a TV show about like LVMH family and the drama inside of it. Look at the fashion shows that they do. Yeah.
Oh.
Like,
Oh.
yeah, no.
I really liked Alessandro Michele for Valentino.
Okay. Tell me more. I did not like it. I just it's Alessandro Michele.
Yeah, I just think it's cool. Point, that's it, case in point. Cool, beautiful gowns, gorgeous
I think
gowns.
it's kind of fun when a creative director can basically be like, whatever fashion house I'm going to, you're not getting that fashion house. You're getting me.
It's cool.
And that's what you're going to get.
It's cool. Sequins and feathers and
Yeah.
layers and prints and
The only thing I
stuff.
would say is I think it's totally gorgeous. I would have appreciated some form of refresh somewhere from what he did at Gucci. And that
Okay.
being said, it doesn't need to be in the collection, but all his ambassadors, he had everyone there. All his old Gucci ambassadors, whether it was Harry Styles or Jared Leto or
he
all
had
these
them
people,
come
he had
along?
every single last one turn up. And so when the clothes look very similar in a gorgeous, beautiful, stunning, like magical way,
gorgeous gowns.
but then on the same people with the same designer, it's a little repetitive. I wouldn't
That's
have
fair.
minded some new ambassadors to make it feel fresh.
That is fair.
But like big love to Alessandro Michele. I think he's fantastic. But yeah, I would have appreciated that. I'm trying to think what my favorite show was at Fashion Month. Who was great?
Like,
You know what? Shockingly, I love Sean McGear's collection from McQueen. No, look at it. It's good.
I don't know that I liked it.
Some of it was good.
I think I looked.
Some of it was good. I'm telling you.
Okay, I liked the end one with the stuff.
I appreciate that he's trying something.
As
A lot
the
of people
only
aren't. I think we're in a period of fashion, which I understand is cool and people love it, where normcore reigns supreme and everything is so minimalist. You look at the brands that are doing so well and it's like Miu Miu and stuff, and they're essentially selling t-shirts and polo tops with their logo embroidered onto it. And it's a bit exhausting. And also I think there's become a confusion between high fashion and the commerce of high-end clothing. And high-end clothing has kind of taken over in many regards. So it's fun to see someone like Sean McGear try to do something creative and different.
I'll give you that.
I really appreciate it. I think we all spend all fucking day long reposting pictures of John Galliano or Lee McQueen or whatever amazing old fashion house it was with their creative work. But then for some reason, no one supports it now when it gets created.
True.
There needs to be like more love to the truly, and some of them, don't get me wrong, like obviously it's not a blanket statement, but
Right.
there could be more love towards that type of fashion.
More love in the world.
More love in the world. Yeah.
Would you ever get a facelift?
Yeah, of course.
Would you?
Yeah, I'd get one tomorrow. Yeah, 100%. I 100% want a facelift. I don't know when. It depends when gravity starts to dislike me. But like, yeah, for sure. Like an upper neck, lower face would probably happen in the late 40s,
Right.
early 50s. And then maybe, depends how much I care. I probably won't care enough by the time I get to my 60s. So maybe that'll just be it. I think I'd like to still look fresh and hot in my 50s.
Okay.
I think once I get, maybe even a bit my 60s, but once I get to the 70s, fuck, I don't mind looking like a prune.
You don't think?
No, at that point, I intend on being in a cavernous castle, belligerently shouting at people and not really understanding anything. So I won't mind.
Not much will change.
Yeah, exactly.
But not pretentious and not out of touch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, I definitely would. Would you get a facelift?
No, because I wear so much sunscreen, I don't think I'll ever need one.
Yeah, you don't need that, of course.
But I would, the needle thing freaks me out a little bit.
I think a lot more
Botox
people
freaks
get.
me out.
Well, you'll be asleep for it all, so it's fine. But I think a lot more people get facelifts than we clock onto, especially men.
Good facelift is really good.
Like most of the men that we're looking at on red carpets are blasted and no one's talking about it.
Do you think?
I know.
With filler or facelift?
All of the above.
Really?
Yeah. Like the biggest heartthrob like actors who are like kind of like above 35 are all blasted. Like you can just go through them all.
How do you know? Are you secretly doing the filler?
Because I'm no fool.
To filler?
I'm no fool. I'm so like I can see when they get their hair transplant, suddenly they wear their hair down, they cover their hairline for a year. You can see when their face looks a lot fuller, but they really did a muscle gain moment to try and disguise it. But then suddenly, like a year later, their face looks snatched. Like you see it over and over again. Like, I mean, okay, I'm just going to say an example. We're going to beep out his name. Blasted.
Okay.
Blasted. 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 They're all blasted.
I just have this vision of you with like screenshots of their faces in your camera roll as you go through and discuss who's more blasted.
Their faces change dramatically. And then everyone's just like bitching at the girls for doing it. But like the guys are all getting like pulled and tucked and tightened.
Yeah, the double standards are real.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then also they're all like, so many of them like have like ridiculous muscle mass gains in the period of like 6 months for a project. I'm like, how do you think that happened?
The steroid usage is real.
How do you think that happened? But yeah.
Steroid rough though to inject yourself.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Hate a needle.
I think
hate it.
Yeah, unless you like medically need it. If you're injecting yourself at home with stuff, it's ropey territory.
Can't wait for us to just turn up here one day and suddenly be heart noodles.
Yeah. And I'll have a door and I'll be like, that's another prime example.
Yeah, true.
Also, there are young ones who I'm telling you are blasted.
But then it looks bad after a while, no, if you get it too young. Is that the idea?
No, because I think what they do is they purposely like put in a time in their schedule where they've got pre-recorded content so they can seem like they're not taking a hiatus. But they take a hiatus and they have it all dissolved. And then they redo the whole thing.
But once you get it dissolved, you look a bit janky.
Yeah, but they're out of the limelight in that time period.
Right.
But they definitely do.
Huh.
And a lot of the girlies do that. That's a known thing.
Right.
Like every 10 years they go off and they get it all dissolved and then they redo it.
It sounds like a lot of work.
A lot of work, a lot of pain.
Yeah, no one talks about the pain. Filler, I imagine, is fucking painful. Like my girlfriends talk about it in their lips and it sounds horrific.
The bruising that you see.
Oh,
yeah.
Absolutely
but
not.
You know
for me.
what? Big love to people who get cosmetic surgery and then are just waltzing around in the airport with their nose job pad on and they're like swelling. I think it's
very
incredible.
popular in the UK and Turkey, isn't it?
Yeah. I saw a news article of a man who was asked to leave a flight because he like got on the flight like hours after his hair transplant surgery. And it's super grim.
Oh God, I have seen that. It's made me feel
it's like, and people
sick.
had to be like, you have to get off this plane.
He was like bleeding, wasn't
Yeah.
he? Oh,
Yeah, it's
God.
really grim.
Vile. I hate
and it's also
blood.
like, have some
Hate it.
self-respect.
Absolutely
Like, if you clearly do,
awful.
if you care enough about what you look like to go do that. So like maybe check into a hotel for a night.
It's just so, I got rid of all the blood in my body years ago because I hate it so much.
It's
just
it's
awful
so
when you get like
crude.
a cut and it goes somewhere. It's just
Yeah, you get rid of your blood.
absolutely not. They have this thing in a nail salon that like when it's only happened once or twice when they accidentally cut you, you know. So annoying, but I get that's a occupational hazard, I guess.
You got exsanguinated.
What does that mean?
Means drained of all your blood.
Quite literally.
Yeah, I know that word. It's one of my favourite words in the English language. Isn't it a gorgeous word, though?
Why do you know that?
Some vampire
nice.
movie or something. It came up. But isn't it a gorgeous word? Exsanguinate.
You read Latin at Oxford or no? Did you?
At Oxford?
Yes.
I did Latin at high school.
You didn't go to
and
Oxford?
middle school and high school.
You didn't go to Oxford?
No.
Did you not?
No, I did not go to Oxford. As a fashion designer, I did not go to Oxford for law or medicine.
Wow.
But
That changes what I think about you.
But people in my family went for different things. But and like my stepmother went to Cambridge for
And you didn't
Arabic,
go?
which I thought was really cool.
Wow.
But
But you didn't go.
no, but I did Latin. The only thing I remember is Canis enim dormitorio, which is the dog is in the living room.
Really useful.
Yeah.
Actually quite useful. Do it
very-
again. Canis what?
Canis enim dormitorio.
I can't even do it.
But
yeah.
my brother was such a nerd that he did Latin and ancient Greek, and he would do plays in ancient Greek, like nationally.
Wow, I can't wait to
And I remember
communicate
us
with
being
him
on
in
the
ancient
beach,
Greek.
like as kids, and he'd be practicing his like ancient Greek alphabet in the sand.
Sick.
Such a boffin, so smart.
Wow.
I know.
That's cool.
Oh my gosh! Since
Has he gone and spoken to the ancient Greek people or no?
he's spoken to the ancient Greek
Yes,
people
in
lots.
Greece.
Yes, he has. By the way, since the last time we did this, I became an uncle.
Wow.
Don't be too excited.
Nice.
And my brother and Fiona had their first child, and it's very cute.
That's
the
nice.
baby is like, it's a baby.
Did you like meeting a baby?
Loved it way more than I was expecting to.
Yeah, they're really cute.
Yeah,
A
I was
cute
like
baby's really
excited, but the
good.
baby was adorable. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Terrified
Oh.
of holding it
Why?
because you need to support their head, and
It's not that hard.
oh, it's terrifying.
I've held many the baby in my life.
What a creep.
Many the baby. Yeah, through my,
As
my
you've
humanitarian.
absorbed their youth and then gone from looking 100 years old to 20 again.
Yeah, that and
You're Michelle
sunscreen.
Pfeiffer from Stardust. Has anyone seen that film? She
Go on,
absorbs
what
the youth
happens?
of like young hot girls to become young and hot herself.
That plus sunscreen is why I won't need the facelift.
Yeah,
I'm holding
that's
all
what
the
you're doing at
babies.
Joanna Chang.
Yeah, but I love a good baby. They're so cute.
This baby's very cute. She's
Cute.
adorable.
I don't like it when they scream.
No.
I almost had a baby vomit on me and I was wearing cashmere and that's not happening.
Cashmere.
Cashmere. Just absolutely not for me. But I like the smell of a baby.
Oh.
Yeah, like a newborn baby. There's a specific
Oh, I don't like that
scent,
smell, no. I don't like human
like baby
smells.
powder.
I don't like human smells.
Which reminds me of Santa
any
Marina
kind
Bella
at all.
hand soap. It's like all the same.
I like people to smell like clean products.
Mm.
Like I remember I had a friend who had a boyfriend who like asked him to stop bathing as much
Pardon?
because he loved to be able to smell his boyfriend the whole time.
Ew.
Being like stinking. I'm like,
Ew.
oh God, that makes me like queasy.
Ew.
That is so intense.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, absolutely. But on the flip side, I can't do too much scent coming from someone.
No.
I hate, and also perfume, I have a love-hate relationship with
Me
it.
too.
I really do.
I'd love to.
Kills brain cells.
I remember though, when I was younger, I went on a date with a guy who was studying like perfumery or whatever.
Was he a nose?
Basically, and it was
Yeah.
fascinating. He had hundreds of bottles
Mm.
of like samples of fragrances. Not one of them had a label. And his like studying was that he had to be able to tell you every single one without the label.
Huh.
It was really cool, but like it was
Okay.
kind of like mind-boggling the amount of stuff. I thought that was fascinating. And I would say out of all my senses, my nose is the least developed sense.
Okay.
I can't smell anything.
But you think you're strong in?
Vision. Can
Interesting.
fucking see through you. My vision is sick.
Really?
I've had like whatever they're called, optometrists, I don't know what their names are, tell me that I've got like extraordinarily good vision. Like when they do the eye tests, I fucking nail that shit.
Really?
Yes.
That's strange.
And then I've ruined my hearing with headphones.
You have. That's actually a problem.
Yeah, I like to blast fucking music.
Yeah, it's really bad.
I want my eardrums bleeding by the end of listening to my favorite song.
I
Like,
once had
love it.
the unfortunate experience of having to sit next to you on an airplane and you blast, it was overnight and you'd fallen asleep to music that was in your headphones. It was so fucking loud, I think the whole cabin could hear it. It's awful. And then it doesn't help that the taste in music is just so garbage
It
that
varies a lot, my taste in music.
it does. It does.
Varies.
What are you doing?
There's a fly.
Oh, that's 'cause we're talking
Yeah,
about
your physical
taste.
manifestation keeps coming over towards me.
When talking about your taste, yeah, a fly appears. Go figure.
I think you've got the most unexpected music taste out of that fly. Did anyone just see that?
No,
It kamikazed for my forehead.
you're seeing things.
It came out your mouth. You spoke. It flew out your mouth.
I don't. Also, what taste in music? I don't have taste in music. What are you talking about?
Nat
You
listens
don't-
to like
you don't know anything about
hardcore
my-
rap
you don't-
basically the whole
You
time.
don't know
It's-
anything about my taste
and
in
it's
music.
like amazing, but just not expected
You don't
for
know
you.
anything about my taste in music. Anything.
Okay.
Anything.
Okay.
Keep my fucking name out your mouth. Out.
By the way, this is
Like
our
that.
new favourite slogan.
I think it's
Either
so
keep my
funny.
name out your fucking mouth or I am your mother. It's our
What is that
favourite as
one
well.
from?
It's from EastEnders,
Yes.
where basically there's like a girl fighting with her neighbour and she clearly doesn't know this thing that is told to her. And she's like, stop telling me how to live my life. You're not my mother. And then she goes, I am your mother.
I love
It's
shitty
so
English television.
good. She's the same character who went, I didn't become a slag. I became a total slag. Which is one of the best lines ever uttered in cinema history.
I think EastEnders, they film the same day they release. Is that right? Or
They
it's like at
film like
least
7 times
yeah.
a week or something crazy. But for the American listeners, EastEnders is like truly like, we throw around the word iconic, but this is an iconic TV show in the UK.
Soap
that's been
opera now.
going on since like fucking 60s or 70s or something.
It's
and
cool.
it airs like 5 to 6 times a week. And it's just wild.
I remember the actors would say that the British public would hurl abuse at them in the street.
Because they would think they were the
They would think it was
character.
real.
Yeah.
Which just says a lot about the IQ of the average British person, but also just interesting that they're on the television that often, like every night.
And also, like, I think they musically, some of the most iconic notes of the beginning. Dum, dum, dun, 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 dun,
The
dun,
theme
dun,
tune?
dun, dun. I'm sorry, if
Fucking
you
hell.
play that
I forgot about
anywhere in
that.
the UK, people immediately know what it is.
Huh.
Yeah, anyway, EastEnders, it's amazing. Yeah.
I have been noticing, and I don't understand why it's a thing, but like people at airports will always like drink really heavy liquor at like 7 o'clock in the morning. I've never understood it.
You talking about yourself?
I can't drink on an airplane. It freaks me out.
I don't get it because I don't want to
Freaks me
land
out.
feeling like shit.
Yeah.
I think I get some people do it nervous. I do like when you sometimes spy someone who is clearly drunk. I think it's quite funny, especially in the morning. But
But maybe it's a time zone adaptive measure or something. I don't know.
I've done that.
fair
But
as
my
squeaky.
zany behaviour is I've started using sheet masks on my face on the flight, and it's quite
For the whole flight, the whole
for a large
duration.
until it starts to like peel off my face inevitably. Because it's
Right.
quite hard to find a sheet mask that stays on your face when you walk around.
I found one recently. I need to send it to you.
Need it.
Yeah. But I don't like the effect of it, which is,
Oh well, then I
It's
don't
not
need
wet
it.
enough.
No. Yeah, I want it sopping.
but this one's like, it stays on. It's 111 skin.
Oh no, I hate that one. I fucking hate
Did
the
you
one
try
on
it,
one.
the black
skin.
one?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
hate
so
it.
bad.
Yeah, shit. That one does not stay
So
on your
bad.
face at all.
What skincare are you using at the moment?
I'm using a mixture.
Mm.
I used to be a barder through and through, Augustus barder, but now I'm also biologique recherche, whatever you call it.
Biologic research.
Okay, sure.
You are using that?
And,
What
yeah,
are you
what-
using from that?
The serum that you always tell me is a finishing
Oh,
serum,
yeah.
but it's not.
It is.
And then I also use 1-1 skin or 111 skin one.
Not the black diamond caviar one.
Yeah.
I
You
knew
used it in
something.
front of me.
I knew something was looking weird on you.
I don't use it that often.
I knew something was looking wrong.
We need to get Joanna Check on here. Facialist to the stars.
She really is.
And that's someone that we need to have it out with.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I reckon we could get her on that, actually. I'll message her.
She has a big thing about exposing your body and specifically your skin to extreme forms of heat and cold and how it builds like shock proteins, I think she calls it. And that's a secret to youth.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's understood in like Scandinavia that like cold baths and ice plunges and then hot saunas are part of the reason why everyone lives longer there. Because it's a daily part of life there. It's like an understood part. We have a cold plunge on our balcony,
You do?
which I never use because it's fucking horrific.
How cold?
It's like minus 400 degrees.
That cold.
You get in it and the breath leaves your lungs and your skin burns and your muscles throb. It's fucking awful.
Sounds like you're just weak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I scream as I get
Do
into
you?
it. Yeah, it's horrible.
That's ridiculous.
And then when I get out,
It's
I'm
absolutely
not
pathetic.
joking. Do you remember in Harry Potter when Voldemort's being killed? And then he's like this weird shriveled up miniature version of Voldemort on the floor? That's me. When I get out
When
of
you
it.
get in it?
I'm basically like
When you get
fetal position on just the patio, like flooring.
God, you're
like
being
whimpering,
pathetic.
holding my shins.
Just do a cold plunge on the podcast.
I'm
I'm
down.
going to put a bucket of water there and you have to do it from inside the
Why don't we
You
do
have
it
to
where
cold
you're
plunge.
in one, but I'm in a hot tub? But you're not allowed to get out for the whole episode.
I would probably survive. I've done like a 5-10 minute
You would
one
multiply.
before.
There'd just be two of you.
I prefer
You'd be like the gremlins.
I prefer to do it in like nature, like cold lake plunging.
Like cold lake. You sound like Melania.
Thank you for that. Yeah, but in cold lake, I like to plunge. But I've done it with guided breath, like experts, and that's really nice. They take you out in the morning and you do these like exercises, and then you get really pumped
It's
up.
called
and then
Wim
you
Hof
jump.
method.
No,
Yes, it is. It's quite
Not
literally called the Wim Hof method
literally,
now.
it's not.
By the way, has anyone
I
spied?
am-
Could we switch back to the camera, please? Because has anyone spied?
For
Nat?
next command?
Oh my God, I'm a director up in this gig. Martin Scorsese right here.
Mm.
Has anyone spied something that Nat's wearing? What is that? Could it be we
Could
need
it
to
be
talk
this
about
face?
Crab's merchandise that's in the works?
Oh, that?
I want to move the logo to the middle of the neck, but now I'm against that.
Right there.
And then higher. Yeah, like up there. I want to do it up there.
I don't love it up there.
No, now I'm against it. But yeah, so everyone stop clambering to try and buy it. It's not available yet, but it's very exciting.
Mobs of people outside.
Yeah, mobs of mob wives
I like it
trying to
there.
get it. I think it's so cute. It's
Yeah.
cashmere.
It is cashmere.
Yeah.
Cashmere.
And yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I've just realized Halloween soon and we need to develop outfits for a Halloween episode that we need to do out the episode in costume.
Because it's not complicated enough for me to turn up here. I now have to turn up here in costume.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Okay, we're doing a social media clip. Now, everyone, you need to decide what Nat and I are going to dress up as for our Halloween episode. Comment below saying the fucking outfit suggestion.
I'm scared.
Give him a horrible one and give me one where I look stunning.
Or do the opposite of that if you're a nice person.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see the suggestions.
I'm terrified.
It's got to be something that you think we reflect, I think.
You're asking a lot of the people.
Also a supermodel.
Sometimes I'm like, do you hear yourself? Do you?
No, I'm deaf.
No.
The other day, I got really stoned and started thinking about what it'd be like to be deaf and blind. And then I got so into it that I could really viscerally experience it. It was so panic-inducing. I was just sat there alone in my pub and be like,
Sometimes I say things and you'll yell at me that I say the things, but you like lead me up to say the things. So it's like I feel like I'm baited into it. But okay.
what are you going to say?
No, I'm not even going to talk about that.
But yeah,
I
it
can't
would just
speak,
must be so
censorship.
hard to be deaf and blind.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds really...
It must be.
Yeah, I mean, that is an extreme form of censorship, for sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Or it's not censorship, sensory deprivation, probably.
Sure.
Censorship is what you do to me on a daily.
Sensory deprivation. I mean, that's tough. Because also, if you've never not been deaf and blind, how do you know what being not deaf or blind is if you're born with both?
I've always wondered this, like someone who's born blind, and we should talk to someone about this. Like when I imagine something, like if you tell me, oh, a car, my imagination can bring up an image of what a car looks like. What happens if you're blind forever? Do you imagine color? Do you have any visual depictions within your own imagination? Or is that all information that's taken from sight that then you regenerate in your brain? If I think about like the color red, I can have some perception of it.
Right.
But like, I guess you can't if you're blind. I don't know. I think it's like real wild to think about.
Whoa.
It's so far out.
Whoa.
Like, whoa.
Whoa.
It's gnarly. Like,
I love rocking with you, dude.
like if you can't get past something, can you get future?
Whoa.
Anyway.
Whoa. Would you ever do ayahuasca?
Oh, I've had this debate. For a long time, I said yes.
But now
I've done
no.
LSD.
It's 'cause you're getting
I've done
old.
mushrooms. Mushrooms are on the like every now and then. But
I do mushrooms every morning.
But ayahuasca, the only thing that puts me off of it is some people I know, they've never really been the same. And I know that they seem happier, but they're a bit more annoying.
Oh, if they like found the reason to live and all
they
that
like
bullshit.
found the light and they need to tell everyone about it. And this is the secret. It's like, okay, keep that secret to yourself.
Yeah.
So I maybe don't want to because I don't want to be like that. I think it's a little bit like eye roll.
Right.
Like, okay, I'm so glad that you spent 14 grand to go have a guided ayahuasca
expensive.
journey.
Is it?
Like, you're so enlightened, babe. Well done.
Right. Each to their own.
Red to Phil.
Yeah, okay. I wouldn't be against it. I don't like the whole like shitting in front of people thing.
Yeah, also when they're like, your projectile vomiting and crapping for 13 hours and then you have 30 minutes of a realization, I'm good.
Ugh.
I'm good. I don't need that. I hate throwing up.
Do you?
Hate it.
Yeah, me neither.
Hate it.
It's just not something that my body should be capable of doing.
Yeah, it's bad for your teeth. And, no, thank you.
I feel it for days after when it happens.
Because you don't wash. It's all over you.
On that note, I am...
Oh my gosh, yeah, we're racking up those minutes. We're trying to keep these briefer because some of ours were like an hour and a half long and I think it was a bit too much.
Yeah, it's just you.
But so on that note...
Well, thank you so much for
we've got to-
coming here today. I'm going to head off to...
No,
What?
we're going to dinner together.
The fun never ends.
We are. We're going to dinner together.
Yeah,
at
we
Zero
are.
Bond. Okay, everyone, we love you. Bye.
Bye.